Okay, the Lions have a player coming back in 2023 that we've all forgotten about, and it's at a position of need. It's at defensive back, specifically corner. We've highlighted it many times. Before I show it to you, who this player is, you remember we have Jerry Jacobs, great, Okuda maybe, and then everybody else, Will Harris, Owari, Mike Hughes, they're free agents. Maybe they're coming back, maybe not. So we know that the cornerback position is going to be something that we look at. Now, because we've had so many bad injuries over the years, it's kind of a nice thing because you have like a guy like Jerry Jacobs, for example. Remember, he's gone, you kind of forget about him, then he comes back, immediate impact, great player. So the guy that we've all kind of forgotten about is Bobby Price. Remember him kind of coming on the scene? He was a big special teams contributor, and he is going to be back for the 2023 season, excuse me. So Pride of Detroit, shout out to them, going in depth on Bobby Price. And this is huge because it's a depth piece, a big time special teams player, because you look at his actual role in 2022, he only played 5 games, 120 special teams snaps. He was our most used special teams player, and we had a really, really good special teams. So, kind of our main special teams guy. So, he managed to find his way into the 53-man roster. I'm going to show you why he's a good special teams guy, which is huge to have back, but how he could actually help us in the defensive backfield, especially at corner. So it says right here, through 5 games, no Lions player had more special team snaps than Price. He played gunner on punt coverage. The guy was a big part of what we were doing. And then he did make a couple appearances on defense. And if you remember, it's this play right here against Carson Wentz, where he intercepts the ball on a 2-point conversion, takes a knee, everything's great, great job, and just gets smoked in the back. And remember, that was not called. I was at this game. I saw it clear as day. I'm like, yeah, Bobby, all right, man, cool, take a knee. Oh, my goodness. Hello? Nobody? No call. Okay, no call. So he tore his MC in practice when a teammate dove into his knee in a walkthrough. So it's like, oh man, so he's a restricted free agent, so we still have to get him back here a little bit, but it says the Lions won't use a restricted free agent tender on Price, but don't be surprised if they bring him back on a very cheap deal. They clearly valued Price on special teams last year, and had he not suffered the injury, he may have led the entire team in special team snaps for the season. You never know what he would have done in the defensive backfield either, because of, remember, Jerry Jacobs wasn't quite back yet. Okuda was high and low all year. Mike Hughes, same thing. He could have, I don't know where he could be at a corner position. So he's still relatively new at corner. Remember, he was at safety. He turns 25 in April. If he's healthy enough not to miss any offseason time, he's an easy re-sign and continue to grow as corner while offering the decent special teams value. That's what I love right there. So, okay, you're not just like, hey, let's try you out and hopefully you can develop at corner. It's like, while you're developing at corner, you could be our top special teams guy, which is just really huge. And then Pride of Detroit's all over this as well. However, they're gonna really go after the cornerback room aggressively this offseason. We've been calling for it. We're excited to see what we're going to do because Okuda, Jacobs, and Chase Lucas are the only guys under contract. We've talked about it a million times. Okuda, questionable. Jacobs, solid. Chase Lucas never really got on the field. 7th round pick. You can't count on him, basically. Owari is gone. Will Harris and Mike Hughes could come back. Same thing, though. Even if they do come back, it's not like the greatest thing ever. So we're going to add several players in free agency and draft. And I think I agree with Pride of Detroit. Bring Price back. You've got your special teams guy, and then you can develop him as far as a corner. So we've at least got some depth. Because originally I'm looking at it like, oh my gosh, Owari, Will Harris, Mike Hughes. I mean, where's our depth behind a couple of these guys? Well, at least we've got Price coming back. We're going to add more players. So I was just starting to get to know and like Price, and then he gets injured and he just kind of disappears, and I didn't know where he was or what was going on. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, I remember him now. So he's going to be back, and it's a big deal for us because that cornerback room, we need to just add bodies, competition. Yes, would it be nice to get a Jalen Ramsey? Of course it would. Would it be nice to have guys that can come in and just really play at a high level, of course. But in the meantime, we need to get bodies in there, competition, see what we got, see if Okudah can keep, improving, see where we're at. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on the cornerback position. And if you like Bobby Price, remember him, forgot about him, and we'll see you on the next one.